In today's video, I'm going to teach you how to create automation rules in Trello. Automation can be a game changer when it comes to streamlining your workflow and saving time on repetitive tasks. With Trello's built-in Butler tool, you can set up rules that automatically handle tasks based on specific triggers, allowing you to focus on what really matters. Whether you're managing a team project or organizing your personal to-do list, this step-by-step guide will help you create and customize automation rules in no time. Let's dive in and get started. First, open the Trello board where you want to create automation rules. This is the board where the magic will happen, so make sure it's the one you want to optimize. Once you've got your board open, look toward the top of the screen and click on the Automation button. This will open up Trello's Butler tool, which is the key feature we'll be working with today. Inside the Butler interface, you'll see several options for this tutorial. You'll want to select Rules. Rules are what allow you to set up automated actions that run whenever a specific event or trigger occurs. Once you're on the Rules page, click Create Rule to start building your automation. Now it's time to choose a trigger. The trigger is the event that will activate your rule. For example, you might choose a trigger like when a card is moved to a specific list, when a due date is set, or when a card is added to the board. Take a moment to think about what kind of event you want to automate. Once you've selected the trigger that fits your needs, move on to the actions. Actions are the tasks you want Trello to perform automatically whenever the trigger occurs. For example, you could set the rule to move a card to another list, assign a team member to a card to notify them, add a label or checklist to keep tasks organized, or even post a comment to centralize communication within your team. Choose one or more actions that align with the workflow you're trying to create. If needed, you can add multiple actions to a single rule. For instance, you might want to move a card, assign a member, and add a label all at once. Just make sure the actions are clear and predictable to avoid any confusion later on. Once you've set everything up, click Save to activate your rule. Now that your rule is created, it's important to test it to make sure it works as expected. To do this, simply perform the trigger event on your board. For example, if your trigger is when a card is moved to a specific list, try moving a card to that list. If the trigger is when a due date is set, assign a test due date to a card. Watch closely to see if the actions you set up are carried out automatically. If the rule doesn't seem to work as planned, don't worry. Double-check the trigger wording as well as any list names, member names, or other details included in your rule. Sometimes a small adjustment can make all the difference. To revise or remove a rule, go back to the Automation section, open Rules, and select Edit or Delete next to the rule you want to change. The Edit option allows you to make small tweaks without having to rebuild the rule from scratch. When creating automation, it's a good idea to start small. Focus on automating just one task at a time until you feel comfortable with the process. Use descriptive triggers and actions so that your rules are easy to understand at a glance. For added flexibility, consider combining always-on rules with manual buttons, which allow you to trigger certain actions only when needed. Finally, whenever you make changes, test them on a few sample cards before applying them more broadly. This will help ensure everything runs smoothly and avoids any unintended consequences. And that's it. You've now learned how to create and customize automation rules in Trello. With these tools at your disposal, you can save time, reduce manual work, and keep your boards running like clockwork. If you found this video helpful, please like and subscribe.